Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Coffee, where in today's video we're going to be taking a look at concept art from unused scenes from The Rise of Skywalker that would have made the film a whole lot better. That's today here on Star Wars Coffee. Greetings, Exalted Ones. Welcome to Star Wars Coffee, the only place on the internet that you need to stay up to date with all things Star Wars. We're talking the latest Star Wars news, leaks, and of course, as always, giving you my analysis. Channel memberships are now live, and for $1.99 a month, you can get exclusive videos from me weekly as we rewatch the entire Star Wars series together. The Rise of Skywalker concluded the Skywalker saga, the 3 trilogy films, and now we have all of the Skywalker saga complete. Whether you like it or not, the Skywalker saga is now complete, with the sequel trilogy being the final installment of that era. And now we have more concept art leaking from The Rise of Skywalker that I think would have made this entire film a whole lot better and would have really helped with the pacing specifically. So let's take a look here at these concept arts, and I'll kind of walk you through my thoughts on each one of them. So first here we have this concept art of Kylo Ren, and what this would have been is him traveling to Exegol, and what you see here is what would be called Crimson Space, which would have showed him traveling to Exegol and having him see what would have been battles that had taken place among the people who inhabited Exegol. So that would have been really cool to see. It would have helped Kylo's formation, given us a little bit more of his thought process on that era. This next shot we have is Kylo traveling down to see Palpatine. So we saw a lot of this in the actual film. This is one of the coolest scenes in the film, is Kylo's introduction to Palpatine. And now we see just another type of concept art of him traveling down with what would have been just a much more look at these statues to really show how massive they were. Because in the actual film adaptation, it doesn't show them to be quite this massive. But I think that would have added a lot of depth to the Palpatine character. Here we have what I think is really cool, which is more of what would have been from the Battle of the Final Order, where you have all of the stormtroopers and then you have the Resistance, and presumably who would have been on these is Finn. So Finn would have been leading this ground assault on them, and this is essentially just would have been more action battle sequence that we didn't really get to see a ton of in the actual film, that I think would have added a lot more weight to this final scene if we had gotten more battle sequences. So this one here looks like, to me, it would have been on the Death Star wreckage, some type of thing like that, had it actually been used. But what this really shows is what I presume to be Rey up on the ledge here, and kind of just waiting for Kylo to show. As you see, there's an X-Wing there, so that's what makes me think that it's Rey. I'm not really sure where that would have fit into the film other than the second Death Star wreckage, or after the fact that she would have arrived on Exegol, but it doesn't really fit with the motif of the theme, which is why that one would have been unused. However, these last 3 are my favorite, and this one shows what I presume to be the middle figure there to be Palpatine, along with a lot of his Sith loyalists that really look and carry on that Praetorian Guard aspect of his mystique. And I think that would have been really cool to see if we could have had that Palpatine character fleshed out a lot more, or perhaps this could have been Kylo Ren coming into had he accepted Palpatine's deal more knowingly. I think that would have been really cool to see, and it would have really helped with the pacing, especially if it was used in the first act somewhere. So this is my favorite couple of scenes right here. So this is when Rey presented herself to be captured. So this is actually really interesting, considering this is where Rey would have been given to give Palpatine, and really just showing her willingness to surrender and or have been captured at this point, and trying to save Kylo and turn Ben back in some way. And then this is my favorite one. This is where Rey, either having been captured or sacrificing herself to be captured, and for Ben, would have been tortured and somehow manipulated into giving Palpatine whatever information that he had sought to acquire. And I think that this would have been incredibly powerful in the third act of the film, or the second act of the film, where you would have had Rey really just have to work a lot harder in order to train, other than having that one field obstacle course. And that would have just been a lot more weight that I think would have been added to the gravitas of the whole thing. And I think that it would have really helped the pacing issue heavily, especially had they used this concept art from Kylo's traveling to Exegol, and had they used the stuff that they didn't use on Mustafar. This could have been a lot longer of a film, but the pacing would have been better, and I hope that somewhere down the line we get an extended version of this film. But let me know what you guys think about this concept art in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching, may God bless you, and the Force be with you always. If you enjoyed this episode, and frankly, even if you didn't, don't forget to subscribe.
Do it!
And if you want to help spread the word, please give this video a thumbs up and tell your friends to subscribe. Please check out the official Star Wars Coffee merchandise, and don't forget to check out all of the content playlists on this channel, including The Rise of Skywalker, The Mandalorian, and much more.